Hello, welcome back to Inside Out. My name is Kim Tree Slaughter, and I am a board certified psychotherapist. I make educational and personal growth videos to help you change your beliefs and actions so that you can get real results from the inside out. Before we get started, please click subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share. If you think it's been helpful to you, then it surely will be helpful to someone else. So please share. Today we are talking dignity and value. Let's get into it. The other day, I wrote a quote on Facebook that says, "You should never remain in spaces that require you to pay rent with your dignity." That was inspired by a podcast that I was listening to about a person of color who felt that they were in a space where they couldn't be themselves. They had to edit themselves. And I said to myself, wow, this person was being required to edit themselves or to pay rent with their dignity. And unfortunately, that happens a lot in many different rooms. And it doesn't need different rooms or different spaces. And it doesn't necessarily always fit people of color, but it can fit, it can go for anyone. For anyone, we experience these situations at jobs, we experience these situations in intimate relationships, we experience these situations at churches. Yep, I said churches. We experience these situations in friendships. And if any at any time we are required to reduce ourselves, then that is a sign that we need to leave that space. What is dignity? Dignity is your self worth. Dignity is the state of being worthy of honor and respect. If the opportunity requires you to trade your worth, your respect, then it is not a good opportunity. You need to move on. Sometimes we can make it worse by staying in spaces that don't respect us and that don't value us. And we tell ourselves the story that if I just stay here one more year, if I just stay here 3 more years, if I just do this, if I just make sure that I get this done, if I just outwork everybody, if I just come in early and leave late, this will happen. While at the same time, you're betraying yourself. You have to trust yourself. The problem is, many of us do not trust ourselves to get where we want to be in life. But think about this. How do we trust strangers, these people that we don't know? Let's just use the job, for instance. We're working for an organization and they're not treating us in the way that we're supposed to be treated, but we trust them to get us where we want to go. I say trust yourself because you are not going to quit on yourself. If that organization begins to lose money, you will be the first to go. So don't trade your dignity. You have to become comfortable with choosing yourself. You have to become comfortable with choosing yourself. One of the problems that I see is that we seek approval from others. Because we want that approval, we'll stay in spaces and we will trade our dignity for acceptance. And then we feel low, and then we feel down, and then we feel disrespected, but we won't leave. We'll complain, but we won't leave. We have to learn to value ourselves. We have to learn to respect ourselves. And when we do, the world will be required to do the same. In the words of author Dr. Dennis Kimbro, it is senseless for you to claim to be worthy of the good opinion of others when you have a less than valuable and honorable opinion of yourself. If the world sees that you do not honor yourself, it will take you at your own value. The world looks at you to learn how to treat you. The world looks at you to learn how far they can go. Like I said, whether it's in an intimate relationship, you know you're supposed to leave the relationship 6 months ago, but you think you can change somebody. You can't change people. So when you're in a relationship and you know down in your gut, listen to your intuition, it's time to go. You can't begin to override the logic with feeling. You can't override the logic with feeling, because when you do that, you'll find yourself in even deeper trouble and wishing you would have left long ago. If it's a job, it's the same thing. Don't trade your dignity. Don't trade your value. Honor yourself. If it's a church, if you feel like you're in a church and they are not representing you or what you stand for, and maybe it may not be a bad church, but it may not be the church for you. We have to stop being loyal to spaces that are not loyal or honoring us. So we have to learn to move on. And yes, moving on is not easy, but it is beneficial. Many spaces will make you feel as if you should be thanking them for being in their space and that you are not valuable without them. Many spaces will make you feel that you should be grateful to be at their table. Or you should be grateful to be here. You can sit here, but don't say nothing. Don't bring any ideas to the table. Don't be all creative. Just do what we tell you to do, and we'll give you your paycheck. We pay you to be quiet and do. You know when it's time to leave the table. In the words of Nina Simone, it is okay to leave the table when love is no longer being served. So you got to choose you. And my final quote is from my very own husband, Sean Slaughter: dignity is owed and respect is earned. I hope this video was helpful for you. Please share, like, subscribe. Let me know. Let's talk. Let's talk. What spaces are you in or have been in that has required you to trade your dignity to remain in that space? Let's chat it up. I hope to hear from you all soon. Thank you so much for listening. Peace.